Hey, Colin Hiles here, aka the Mindset Guy, with a video all about how to train your mind to stay positive. Now, I'm going to share three things with you in this video. So firstly, state affects vibration. Secondly, positive attitude is a choice. And lastly, change your state using the three, crossed out, no, four, thought I'd add a little bonus in this, P's. So let's start out by understanding what we mean by state, emotional state. Well, I put a spectrum here of emotional states that you all recognized. And we have, the nice emotional states, the ones that we like to experience. So love, bliss, happiness, joy, contented, peace, optimism, positive expectations, and playfulness. And of course, there's a lot more emotions in there as well. And then down here, these are the emotions that typically we don't enjoy experiencing. So bored, frustration, irritated, annoyed, anger, rage, revenge, fear, doubt, worry, grief, despair, and hopeless. So if you think about a given week, you think about how many different emotions that you experience, it's going to be a range of these emotions. Sometimes we're more positive, sometimes we're more negative, right? Now, state of X vibration. So each emotional state creates a vibrational frequency. And if you've watched any videos or know anything about the law of attraction, you'll know that energy attracts energy, like attracts like. So the law of attraction is working on that vibrational frequency. So whatever we put out is what comes back to us. So if we're more positive, then positive comes back. If we're more negative, then negative comes back. That's quite straightforward. So we have high vibrational frequency emotional states and we have low vibrational frequency states. So the first thing is to look at, well, generally, where are you? And I think it was Tony Robbins that said, I think his quote was, the quality of your life is dependent on where you live. Now, that's not where you live physically, it's where you live emotionally. So if we take the four areas of life that I cover, life is broken down into health, wealth, love, and lifestyle. So let's take health. Where are you living around your health? Do you feel good about your health? Do you feel good about your weight and shape? Do you feel good about who you are? Are you comfortable in your skin? Where are you? Because where you live affects the quality of your life. If you're more negative, obviously not so good. If you're more positive, much better. Wealth, what about your job? What about your career? How do you feel about that? What emotions do you experience when you wake up on Monday morning? Is it more dread and bored, more of the same? Or is it excited and buzzed and passionate and energized? Where are you? What about your level of income or your level of abundance, what you're attracting in terms of money and wealth? When you think about that, where does it take you emotionally? And what about relationships? What about your significant other? When you think about that, where does it take you? So all of us are living somewhere, to use Tony Robbins' quote. The question is where? And if it's not above this natural baseline, above the line, and it's more below the line, then we really need to shift ourselves up here. And all of us have like we have a resting heart rate. Well, we have a resting emotional state in each of these areas. And the great thing is that, and this is number two here, we do have a choice. We might not always exercise that choice. We may come from a victim mentality, and we may use a little word I'd like you to be very cautious of, and that's make. It makes me, she makes me, they make me. Because it's actually not true. The word belief has got the word lie written in it. That's one of the biggest lies that we live. Nothing can make us. I can't make you laugh if you don't want to laugh, and I can't make you angry if you choose not to be. We always have the power of choice. So we have to be careful of that word. So we can choose to shift our emotional state at any given time. And if I put this little down here, the better we feel, the better our life becomes. The better we feel. So there's like a ladder that we can climb. And yeah, we may be experiencing these emotions in an area of our life, but we can choose to shift out of it. We can choose to go up the next rung. Now, I don't think it's a good idea to jump from here to here per se. That can be too big a jump depending on where you are in your life. It can be just overwhelming even thinking about that. But to just move up one level is possible for everyone to do that. And I'm going to show you how to do that by using the 4 Ps. Now, mastery over these 4 Ps gives you mastery over your mind. And what we're going to give you here is awareness. But by putting your focus on any one of these areas and having mastery over any one of these areas is going to really affect the state that you're in. And our goal, our aim, is to be positive more than negative. I mean, really, if 51% of the time you're here and 49% of the time you're here, you've tipped. That's enough to begin to make some shifts. And then you get it to 53%, then you get it to 55%, then you get it to 60% of the time. Can make a big, big difference. So small shifts begin to pay back dividends. So what are these Ps? Well, the first P up here is positive pictures. Now we think in pictures and the subconscious mind understands pictures. So when we begin to deliberately create images and pictures, and that's why I call it positive pictures, we can start to affect how we feel. Now some of you go, well, I'm not sure I create pictures. But if I say to you, what colour is your front door? What colour is the car that you drive? What colour is your favourite piece of clothing? Now these may not be in the room with you, but you've probably just got an image of it, right? So by deliberately getting the picture that we want, and I've talked about this in other videos at length, right? By deliberately getting the picture that we want, it works. This is why mental rehearsal and visualization techniques are taught to peak performers. Now, anywhere that you go, if you find the best of the best, they will understand the importance of creating images and pictures in their mind of the outcome and results that they want. What about number 2? And that is power posing. Power posing. Now, I got power posing from Amy Cuddy's video on TED Talk, and if you've not seen it, go and watch it. It's fantastic. Just go to tedtalks.com, put in Amy Cuddy, great video on power posing. Power posing is all about how we use our physiology. See, for every emotional state, there's a certain physiology linked to it. Frustration probably creates tension across here. Happiness relaxes across here. So small shifts in our physiology impact how we feel. So if I was to say to you right now, think of a time when you were really, really happy, right? Really, really happy. Now notice what your physiology was like when you were really happy or joyful or excited. What was the physiology like? What was your posture like? What was your breathing like? What was your facial expressions like? How did you move? Because if you act as if you have that feeling now, you'll begin to get that feeling. So the frame here in power posing is to act as if. If you want to feel confident, act as if you are confident. If you want to be happy, act as if you are happy. If you want to be at peace, act as if you are at peace. And then what begins to happen is you begin to shift yourself into that emotional state. I'm going to put another video out on this and go into this in a little bit more detail. Let's look at P number 3. So P number 3 is powerful words. Now, fix your words, you fix your mind. The words that come out of our mouth have a direct relationship to what we're thinking about, right? So when you change your words, you change your mind. And I've put a number of videos out on this. I've put the power of words, 4 words that kill success. If you haven't seen it, go and watch that. I've talked about how to change your life by stopping complaining. Complaining words, right? So, when you complain, you're using words. That comes from, your mind. I've put the power of affirmations, proof that they work. So if you've not seen these videos, and if you're on the YouTube channel, they'll be somewhere in my channel. So just go watch those. If you're on my blog, then I'll put links to them below this video. So the power of words, being aware of the words that we use and making sure that we're using more positive words, reframing them to be more positive. And last but not least, perfect focus. Now, perfect focus is all about where are we focusing? And I've already put a video out on this. This is the secret of the secret, the power of focus. Because focus is like the master switch. Focus affects all of these. Now, these don't work in isolation. They work together as a team, everyone affecting every other. It's an interpersonal relationship between the two. So if we take if we take focus, and let's say you're sat there minding your own business in an airport or in a coffee, having a coffee or somewhere like that, and you look up and you see a friend you haven't seen for years, right? Where are you going to go physiologically? Well, you're probably going to jump up, put your hands out like, hey, right? Your voice is going to come out. Good to see you. You're going to be reminded of times that you had with this best friend, right? So memory is going to be sparked off and it's going to change your state. And how quick is it going to change your state? In an instant, right? What if someone pays you a compliment that you didn't expect? It's going to change your state in an instant because you've got all these working for you. Your focus goes from where it was to the fact that you are now getting a compliment. All right, you might say something good to yourself. That was really nice of them to say that. It may affect what you're picturing, and it will certainly affect your physiology. Now, what about if your loved one leans over and gives you a big kiss when once again you're not expecting it, or you're a bit grumpy, or you're a bit down about something? All right. Well, is that going to shift? Is that going to shift your focus? Yeah. Is that going to shift your state? Absolutely. How quick? Really, really quick. So these are just examples of where our state gets changed really fast because of these. So this is the how to do it. But rather than waiting for an event to shift our state, we can do it deliberately and we can do it purposefully and we can do it by design. And that is by putting our focus on these. So where is your focus? Once again, if you've not seen the video, go watch that video. It's the power of focus, the secret behind the secret. I have a little analogy I use in there, which is crap or crepe, just to show where's your focus. Is it on the crap or is it on the crepe? That makes more sense if you watch the video. I'm going to put another video out all about visualization and how to use imagery correct and also power posing. But right now, your action is to take each of these and begin to put more awareness around each of these. So perfect focus, and perfect focus is all about focusing in the present moment, because that's all we've got is this present moment, but also focusing on where you want to be. Not where you are, not where you don't want to be, but where you want to be. It's all about getting that. And then we've got positive pictures, making sure that you're getting the right images and you're seeing things the way that you want things to be, which is letting the subconscious mind know, move me in this direction. Power posing is all about using your physiology in a powerful way. If you're not feeling good, get up, move, do something, get your body moving, and you'll instantly feel different. And then powerful words is all about making sure that you're using positive words around this. So go away and put that into action. And see what happens when you begin to do that, especially when something happens and it knocks you down here below the line, then get yourself above the line. So maybe that's in the area of work for you. So if you're in sales, for instance, and you're not feeling that good today, you're not feeling that confident, you're about to go in and do a very important presentation, put yourself into a state of confidence really fast. Maybe you're coming home from a really difficult day, you're quite stressed out, but you don't want to bring that stress into the family environment. So before you come in, shift your state. Use some of these. Put your focus on what's beautiful about your family and what's wonderful about your life in general. Put your focus there. Say something to yourself that is more positive, more affirming. Get an image of going in and seeing the family, enjoying your presence, and make sure you shift your physiology from one of a grumpy bear to one that's a little bit more upbeat, a little bit more optimistic, a little bit more positive, right? More of some of this. So as always, what I'd like you to do is give me a quick score, 1 to 10. 1 being didn't enjoy it, Colin didn't get much from it. 10 being really good, do more of these, Colin. I love to get your feedback. I love to hear from you. I look forward to seeing you on the next video.
Hold on, now did you enjoy that video? Well, if you did, I would like to show you how you can train your mind to perform how you want it to so that you can break through to the next level with my advanced mind power training. It's totally free and you can get it by going to www.advancedmindpowertraining.com or clicking on the link below this video. I'll see you on the next video.